Elantark. Is that snake venom seeping from your lips? We, the children of Azurian, are no strangers to the art of war. We are not raiders, or butchers, or least of all, fools. It is a mystery as inscrutable as the sigh of the last immortal. As deep as the waters
Thank
of a
you.
dark ocean.
Totally forgot. Thank you. Thank you, Rabbit. Much appreciated. I'm gonna go through these a little bit quicker, so I'm gonna read as I go, then skip once I've read through it.
We did not find Kruderak in its celestial harbor. We searched. We called out. We looked everywhere. But we saw only emptiness and the echo of calamity. Countless days, some, like Muaran, lay the blame entirely on Monkey. However, I do not know the truth, but I hope.
What would you like?
Oh, I desperately hope. And Kruderak cannot be described in your language. It can only be sung, encased in a filigree of sounds, a melodious But I must see clearly, not only light, but also shadows. I yearn to remember only Kruderak's beauty, but it had a dark side too. My world was isolated for too long.
What's an infinity circuit?
Is idle curiosity a defining feature of the Monkey? Or are you trying to learn about the weaknesses of my people so you can destroy another world of the children of Azurian?
Okay, about the history.
I am afraid your life is too fleeting and your memory too feeble to encompass the entirety of my... Different branches of the Eldari chose different paths to salvation. My ancestors chose an eternal journey through the starry void, living on craft worlds instead of real planets. Why ask this question? Is it idle curiosity or something else? Do not turn your thoughts towards Cylon. We are as different as starlight and its reflection in a muddy puddle. But we share a common enemy. Constance,
my gratitude.
As you wish, Elantark.
I bet you're kidding your homework.
I refuse to discuss this with a monkey. We are
What do you think is happening with Janice right now?
The Lilithon is purifying herself of the corruption brought by the servants of Cylon Thrash. Under the watchful eye of my kin, the Lilithon could have regained her freedom, perhaps even awoken from her centuries of slumber. Could have. But now we will never know.
Why did you agree to join me?
The outcasts my path led me to had a saying. Let me translate it for you. If you fall off a cliff, grab the roots and do not ask if they belong to a weed or a noble rosebush. What do you wish to talk about?
How did you come to be on Janice?
The children of Azurian sought shelter on the Lilithon after the demise of our craft world, our Kruderak.
Where were you before Janice?
I followed my path. Do you know what a path is to the children of Azurian? It is more than... The first path I walked was the path of awakening. It granted me the ability not merely to look, but to see, and to take notice of what I saw. My second path could have been that of a warrior.
Like being on my ship.
It feels like I am in the belly of a bird with steel wings. Cold and unliving, but stubbornly blazing through the dark.
Thank you.
The words of truth sound like music.
Okie dokie. Next things to do, I guess we do some of these contracts. Gain some profit factor. I don't have Promethean. Sure, we'll gain some profit factor. I think we start doing some of these companion quests. Yeah, and then as we go, we'll hit those main places. We need to hit these places, but we'll get those eventually. Okay. Let me just see if there's things I can buy. Need to get to 9 haywire grenades. Yada yada. No, I would still need to get to. What about you? Sure. Upgrading the ship would be nice. And when I really want to. We have that stuff. Targeting visor. Haywire grenades. Definitely got some stuff I can sell. Wow. Okay. What can I sell you? Oh, got some stuff to sell for you. That's good. Oh, it's gonna be 3K. Who else uses that? I forget. Then what we do? More, but nobody's using that. What do you use? What are you wanting? You wanting Mechanicus Creations? So that would be you as well, but you also are doing Holy Gifts, right? And then Mechanicus Creations. Ryza, what are you looking for? I can give you these. Was it 2K roughly? Grab that. Grab that. I'd like to get that. Go ahead and up yours a bit, shall we? You take a while to get to even the first one, so. You have some good stuff later on, so I think this is a good investment to start. But we can do. Who do I want? Who do I want? So we get a power axe, one-handed. That'd be good for like Abelard. That'd be good for her. Whenever, let's see. Whenever allies into acceleration gain momentum, heavy plasma gun. That might be good to get. Plus, ooh, the plus 10 agility would be nice. That's a nice armor. We'll get that. What do I need? Around 3K? We'll do. What else do you got? Enemies killed by the wearer. Each enemy killed by their area attacks increases the wearer's damage by 3% until end of combat. That might be good for me, because I'm constantly doing area attacks. Sure. What do I need? Another 3K? So I can get that for sure. Let's go see what was the... what's 3K for that to go to 10 to get what, targeting visor? So we'll do the other one and then we'll work on Opticons later. keys. Hatred. Okay. Now that we've done that, now to go through this stuff. Okay. Might as well do that. Which one will solve increase perception? Nope, we want to keep that one. Whenever it hits an enemy with a melee attack, the wearer gains 5. What is this? Formed by when the wearer gains a, they also gain +10 toughness for 2 rounds. It's not stacked, but nope, that's good for you. Melee. Nope, that's good for you. Here, we'll do that. Oh, the armor for me. Yeah, give me some extra agility on that. Actually, who is that? What do I want to do that for? Let's see here. Extra agility. Yeah, that's still good for you. Extra 5 agility and agility bonus dodge and parry against melee attacks. It's still pretty fine. Don't think there's anything else. Dodge not in cover. This is a heavy. So a little less armor. I gain a bunch more deflection though, and an increased my and then plus 1 against melee attacks. Sure. I think you're the only one that can do heavy. Yeah, I think so. Oh, strength. What do you have for? Never where it kills them, they explode. Melee wise. Nah, just give you strength for melee. That's fine. Oh, we got stuff for you, yeah. That. Gains lower warp. Awareness. Is there another thing you could get? Crows. Here's my. Whenever the wearer is hit, the shield gains star. Yeah, we like that better. Agility and stuff. Is non-attacking consumable, counts as versatility. That would be for you, basically. We want to increase your critical hit chance. Do we still have the heavy? 40. No one's going to be using this. No one's going to be using an acid spinner, I don't think. In terms of sniper rifle, additional hit chance, but the range is worse. Not the cargo. You don't need this many. 5 to 8, 6 to 10, rate of fire 6. Yeah, so add that one to cargo just in case. Actually, 0. 6 to 11, 6 to 9. That is higher armor pen though, and does toxin, so I think that one still does better. Yeah, those pistols are technically still better. Rate of fire 3. Yeah, no one's gonna be using this. I think we're done with you. That would be for you, really, but I think that's still kind of, no one's going to use this anymore. lasts until the end of the round. And this was actually better. Keeping her extra MPs. She's probably pretty strong. No one's using that anymore. Oh, and then we got those grenades. We'll do this. You have something I can give you up there? Not really. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think, or let's see here. I think you have a better Raven, right? I have a better thing for Raven. Oh, this is actually better for the Raven. That's what it is. Okay. I was thinking about making her sniper with that, but with an eagle, but it's okay. Okay. I think that's a good place to continue. Okay. Let's continue on. Steel. We'll hold off on it for now. Alright, let's see what this is. Oh, what is this ship? Keep you. Oh, it's this one. I guess you're gonna be up front, I suppose. Oh, I kept you. That's fine. Is that fine? Yeah, that's fine.
The fall of
I don't have Argenta. That's what I don't have.
I imagine Winterscale will be enraged when he finds out.
Yep, I guess that's fine.
I nurtured a spark of hope that Urak fired. But now my home is lost. Forever.
Yeah, you can see we got some guys that we're gonna fight here.
I am at your service.
Waiting for a guy to come up so we can start this fight, because I don't want to head down there.
Do you
there you
dare
are.
to look me in the eye?
Agile, spitter. A lot of agile mutants. Spitter, agile. Well, I guess I'm going to be dealing with you. Here, you're gonna come over here. Abelard. Start over here. All right. What do we get? Gain armor, cannot be overpenetrated. Oh, and immune to prone, +2 deflection. Additionally, do not suffer injuries. Nice. We'll do this here.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
So now they've changed all that. Can I not see him from there? There we go. Well, let's put you all together. Mutated, spitter, agile. I do not like the fact that that agile is there. Agile, agile. I should have had him a little bit closer to here, because that means he's going to be able to run pretty far. Tempted them to...
If I may.
Put that there.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Was there actually two guys there? I forget the range on this Meltagun is really short.
Running binary.
I mean, we're probably okay, I would think. Where was that? Look. What was the thing where it hit all three? All those from here. Really? So mad they made this 2 now. It's so annoying. Oop, oop, where was it? Where's that square? Right there. Oh, that hits 2 like that.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Stunned and stunned.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may?
Emperor, protect me!
Okay. You stay there. Spitter is gonna be a pain in the ass. Oh, no, we're fine. Alrighty. Doggo. Sickem, chat. Actually, oh, really? Okay. Oh wow, you got all the way there. Ow. Nice parry. Blinded, that's fine. This spitter's gonna be annoying. Oh, or this guy. Ow. What? You get 2 spits? What is that? Excuse me? What was that nonsense? Did 2 spits? That's crazy. What the fuck?
If I must. If it serves your cause.
Let's do that.
I understand your intent. I deal death with my hands.
Nice. I got another shot.
Ancestors guide me. Another soul
Nice.
slips beyond the
Excellent.
veil.
Okay. Okay then, well. Make sure these guys can't go anywhere.
My vow is to serve.
That's...
Request approved.
Oh, that didn't kill. Dear, do you have that now? That's good.
But of course. Will do.
Do.
Anything
You
else?
as well. Okay then. Oh, because they're below deck, I can't see them, huh? So I can hit 2 at max.
Will do.
Stuff this over there.
They who discern the future on the battlefield. Was it you? Or
Alright, Abelard. I'm tempted to come over here and make sure that these guys actually can do... What is your charge? You can actually get all the way over there, huh? Oh, you can actually get all the way to that guy. Perfect. Who's next? That officer. That mutated enforcer. Did I... Oh, I didn't stun you with that? Really? What do you have? You are slowed. You're the one coming up next. Next one is that guy, but he should get locked in place, hopefully. Let's do...
My place is at the fore. Target well struck.
Okay, not sure what that was.
Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
14.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Kill you. Throw another thing over here just in case. This one.
Me? If
On it. I know
Fine,
what is
cover.
to come.
What does this give? Willpower and toughness. No, that'll hurt me. Here, kill. Oh, can I not see? Oh, right, I have this guy. So let's go ahead and just kill you. Oh, really? Not dead yet? Oh, I probably should kill the spitter, actually.
Will do.
Find you.
What of course.
Really? You actually knocked him down.
Hand in hand.
Didn't do any damage.
This way. Emperor, protect me.
Okay.
Brace yourself, Avalon.
You.
I am not your Zeus pet monkey. force is hidden from my sight.
Okay.
This tedium is bringing you moving no more.
Was that you? Or will do.
Can you see somebody? Yes, you can. You can. It's this guy.
I'll deal death with my hands.
Another one for me to. Okay. This is getting hilarious, but you know. Okay. 7, 3.
Anything else?
Do I really get another shot? What the frick is hell is going on over here?
You moving no more.
Jesus. Okay. You're already blinded. There's not much else I can do. All right, we're just not going to. Right, we'll give this on you, I guess. God, bounty hunter is crazy. All right. Can you not see them at all? I'm worried about that gas area. Can't see them from here. I would have to go here.
I move as if unseen.
Okay. Go ahead and kill
Pay
you.
with your blood in the name of Kala Menshakain.
Why are you getting so many Saber the kills? I don't understand. This Saber kill is not working right, but I mean, it's in my favor technically, but game is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, but it's okay. Get up close to you.
Advancing.
What, do we really have no... Oh, wow, this thing runs
The
out of...
Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Yeah.
Infinite value is the reward.
Okie dokie. Ah.
A nice little stroll.
An axe. I don't think we'll need it, but that's fine. $75 only.
Operation successful.
Ooh, better staff for her. All enemies perception by fellowship within a 5-cell radius. Interesting. Problem is now they both look the goddamn same, but it's okay. And then the cargo. In terms of weapons. 14 to 20. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we are changing. Yeah, this Melta, even though it does a lot of damage, because of the range, it's just not useful for you. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Anything I missed? Oh. Did them all.
So shall it be.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Navigator. Don't mind me, let me loot real quick. Leader of the Rabbit ship's crew wipes the sweat from his brow, an emotion characteristic of navigators, not with his whole hand, but with 2 fingers moving from left to right and back so as not to touch his third eye. This move is the only sign of fatigue he allows himself. His posture is immaculate, shoulders wide, eyes front, as if he did not just emerge from a grueling battle and is simply greeting you on the bridge on an uneventful day. Our greetings, your lordship. There's no need for introductions. I know the errors of Von Valentis blind by sight. I am Han of House Cassini, navigator on this vessel, and as the senior surviving officer, assumed command after the incident. Lady Navigator, one unexpected and pleasant meeting, considering circumstances. I have not had the honor of being personally acquainted with you, but of course I know the emblem of House Orselio. How fares the Honorable Regent? Cassio Orselio, cordiality will not disguise the ice-blue coldness of your words, Navigator Han. However, I will tell Regent Oronto that you inquired after his health. You may pass on my best wishes to Novator, patriarch or matriarch that rules over... And now let's set the pleasantry aside. I'm sure the rogue trader would like to ask you a few questions. As he speaks, others glare at you with dour tension. Up close, you can plainly see that every one of them is a mutant. Their faces and bodies bear the mark of incredibly grotesque deformities. However, Han and associates seem perfectly clear-eyed, showing no signs of madness. What happened to the ship and the crew? The ship was assigned to the port of Dargonis some time ago. The captain was instructed to deliver a package urgently by hand to you, your lordship. We were even shown a pic of your face. The eyes are struck during the warp. I will never know all the details as I was preoccupied with my primary duties, but for some reason the captain decided to open the package. That, as you may have noticed, had a most destructive impact on the crew. The package contained a chaos artifact, a chaos bomb, if you will. The moment it was removed from its protective cocoon, the crew began to lose their mind and mutate. The first to be afflicted was the captain and senior officers, but the effect spread. Every deck was consumed by it. The raging mutants no longer sane. The ship was in distress and would have almost certainly been destroyed had I not resorted to make an emergency exit from the warp. PUC here are the only survivors, or rather the only ones who were able to retain both their lives and sanity. I gathered everyone I could, isolated the source of the danger. We were adrift, waiting for help to come. Then you arrived. Who was the sender? I don't know where the order came from. Konrad Vukvir, the master of whispers and rogue trader's retinue. It's likely that he arranged the delivery either personally or through intermediaries. That blasted traitor beat us to Dargonis and now is free to act with impunity. It would not surprise me to find out that this was the work of sorcery. How else could he have reached the world in such a short time? Your reaction suggests you were not expecting a package of this sort. That is good to know. I had almost convinced myself the worker was deliberately collecting chaos artifacts. I am not tainted by chaos. I knew nothing of magic, giving my word as rogue trader. Beg your pardon, your lordship. I saw the terrible depths of the entire crew with my own eyes. I was forced, and then I had to fight my... I am tired. However, the sender wanted all of this to happen to your ship, not ours. Were you not affected by the mutation and madness? Well, that depends. I was born a mutant, you see. Navigators are taught to resist influence of chaos, but I will grant you I cannot be certain that I have avoided it completely. There have been no visible indications yet. Oh wow, failed the awareness. Does not appear to be lying. It's impossible to gauge. Where's the artifact now? Laid inside a protected sarcophagus. Unfortunately, an artifact as powerful as this one cannot be destroyed under these circumstances. Rather, I had no assurances that it would not disintegrate every one of us. We could all lay mines in what remains of the ship and blast it along with the artifact from a safe distance. I have the resources and knowledge to do it. What about me and the crew? Will you take us with you? I guess we'll do Icon class, since that's what we're doing. I'm taking you aboard my ship. There, my word is law, and I won't dare take issue with you despite the mutations. Thank you, Lord Captain. Okay. Missing a few things to pick up. That up. Anything else in here? No. Okie dokie. Alright. Let's see. Gotta take two. Oh yeah, and he gives me, because I have the navigator, he gives me extra insight, which is nice. Am I heading up left, or am I just heading up north? Save the Eldari, and then Kiyavagama's all the way over there. Let's go ahead and head up this way. Forces report Pedador is in a foul mood. We didn't dare stop her, but I expect you have a difficult conversation ahead of you. Yay! I love the slow walk. To make her feel more elegant.
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantak. Azurion knows that I do not care about the curious glances of Monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures?
I'm having trouble on the Sagat versus small characters. Can you tell me how to fight Chun and Cammy? Like the bare basics of matchups, how to pressure them since Stand Light Punch won't connect. If we're talking about CVS 2, right? Since we're talking about Stand Light Punch, you're gonna have to be using Crouch Light Kick. You're gonna have to practice getting Crouch Light Kick links. I know it's not the easiest of links. It's like a 2-frame link on its own, but learn to link that and learn to combo from 2 Crouching Light Kicks. From 2 Crouching Light Kicks, you can actually just link, from Crouching Light Kick, you can link to DP. You can see the 2 Crouching Light Kicks hit and then just DP afterwards, and if you know, it's a 1-frame link, but you can piano it and get it pretty easily. At least I have found. In terms of matchups, I'm not really a Sagat player, but I can try and help. So what you're gonna have to worry about, I don't know what groove you play, what you're gonna have to worry about against Chun-Li is her spinning bird kick, which you have to block, even crouching, because you're a tall character. So just know that stand MP or crouch MP to spinning bird kick is not a true block string. There is a gap, so you can roll through, DP through, super through, that kind of thing. She's technically negative unless you're playing somebody who can roll cancel. You can apply pressure afterwards. She is minus like 2, but you know, she can probably try to press jab at the same time as you to try to take her turn back, but technically it's not her turn. Unless you're playing against somebody who can roll cancel, then you can try to think about throwing. In terms of like Cammy, basically your heavy punch does well. It's just that you just need to worry about the spacing because she's going to be doing far heavy kick against you. She's gonna be poking with far heavy kick a lot. Try to find the spacing so you can do. Your heavy punch will kind of beat it out because yours goes a little bit faster, but she can use it to whiff punish, so be careful on whiffing in front of you against Cammy. Cammy stand fierce up close is +10, so it's a true. You have to hold the block pressure against Cammy quite a bit. Make sure you have your anti-air DP down against like short hops or anything like that. I don't, like I said, I don't know what groove you have. If you have a short hop groove, utilize short hop so that you can pressure against them. If you do get, like I said, if you do get knocked down, you're gonna have to go for crouching light kicks for combos. Against crouching light kicks, and just I would say practice getting those links to 2 crouching light kicks.
And still, one monkey stunt has caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted K-Morag. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
My people have behaved contemptibly. They're using ratio 2K Chun to abuse my Ensa god, like jumping in England's hardy anti-air found early. Heavy punch dragon to work with little reward though. Oh, so if they're getting okay, so if are they getting like behind you? Is that what's happening? They're kind of jumping because of their high jump arc. They're kind of getting behind your head, kind of thing. Is that kind of what's going on? My people have behaved contemptibly. I apologize for it.
I accept your words, Elentok. And still, try
I think their
to
jump
imagine
MK stuffs my
Elentok
DP a lot. So
being lusted after by a wild
you do
beast.
you
It is foul, disgusting, so vile that it makes your very soul shudder.
So you definitely want to be doing your DP as late as possible. You're trying to get them that way you can use it, because the invincibility, it doesn't have that much invincibility. It just comes out quick, but it does have a little bit. But if you do it too early, definitely things with good hitboxes can beat it out if you do it really early. If they are getting kind of behind your head, if you want to, you can try to learn to walk forward and do a half circle back to do a crosscut DP, because I've seen that a lot of times with Chun-Li's as well, is because of their high jump arc, they'll jump over jumping like light kick and to do a cross up, and you DP and it'll go in front. So you kind of have to like see that they're at that angle, walk forward just slightly, and then half circle back plus punch to get a crosscut DP to come out the other side. What you can do, well, another possibility is if you think you're at a place to jump, use jump back, dash back to kind of buffer an anti-air or buffer a high tiger cannon if you have it. Trying to think of what I've seen people do against Chun-Li's and stuff like that. Again, with Sagat, Chun-Li fights Sagat pretty well is the problem from what I've seen. She can, because Sagat has to duck everything. It can be quite hard for Sagat. I've not really played Sagat at a high level, so I don't know if I can give you how much I can give you for advice. Trying to think as what else. Yeah, I would have to kind of see, but if they're doing like short hops, if you can try and react to those with DP, but obviously that's kind of really hard to do, because they are doing K-Chun. You can try doing like preemptive stand heavy kicks as an anti-air. I would say, well, you can. Well, if you're doing K, I would say, I mean, zoning in CBS2 is not really a big thing, just because there's roll cancels and then they have K groove, and if you just start throwing it, they can just keep just defending it and building meter. So I would say be careful with that. You can use it to, like, if you're at sometimes maybe throw a few high tiger just to preempt them from jumping at you at like mid long range and stuff like that, but specifically actually zoning is with tiger shots is probably not a good idea, because then if you start throwing too much, they'll just JD the tiger shots and stuff like that. But you can use it as like I've seen like a good example is preemptive high tigers to like stop them from trying to jump at you, or like you said, maybe do one or something to try use, like, Street Fighter, throw one or two to try to preempt them to try and jump at you, knowing when you're at the right distance, so that they do jump at you, so you can anti-air. Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. Try to do it when they don't have super, because that super goes far and pretty fast and really fast. So I would say try to do it when they don't have. Try to use tiger shots only when they don't have super. When they do, use them a lot less. Use your tiger shots a lot less. It wasn't pleasant for you. It does not mean all humans are animals.
No. Your kind, simple souls and narrow minds are the root of all these flaws. Narrow minds and simple souls. Every day, I feel as if I am caught in a trap, surrounded by a pack of wild animals. prepared to pay this price to find my kin. But everything has its limit.
I do not think you fully understand human thoughts and actions. It will take time, but I can help you make sense of them.
I have walked the path of awakening, Elantark, and learned to see that which is hidden and hear that which is unspoken. When I found myself on the Lilithon, I watched your kind long enough to understand the true nature of Monkey. I do not think you can tell me anything I do not already know. Nevertheless, I will not protest. Conversations with you are the only thing on this ship that can ease my solitude.
You are Xenos, a strange and unknown creature, and humans strive to understand the unknown, for the unknown is the most frightening thing of all.
Had any of them wished to understand my nature, they would have already run away in fear from one who walks the path of the outcast. But they are just trying to provoke me, hurt me. No. Monkey are driven by their instincts. To survive, to breed, to ensure the preservation of their species and the annihilation of those who threaten them. It is neither good nor bad. It simply is.
Sometimes we struggle to understand the motives behind our actions.
It was emotions that once brought down my kind, Elantark, toppling us from our pedestal as rulers of the galaxy. Indulging your weaknesses or whims does not make your species any more attractive.
All humans are different. My people's interest in you was not intended to be an insult.
Elantark, please understand that I do not find Monkey attractive. The mere thought of being intimate with one of your... Our conversation has only proved my point, Elantark. That Monkey and the children of Azurian are as different as night and day. Eldari do not simply see the world differently. They see more than any monkey can ever comprehend.
What do you see in the world around us that I do not?
What do I see? Your words ring with the desire to know the soul of another. But will you be able to comprehend my answer? I will need time to put the entire truth of this world into the meager language to which your ears are accustomed. When I find my answer, I will pay you a visit.
Okay. About malfunction on the various ship system. This time we're dealing with inexplicable temperature fluctuations, thermal controls. Thermal crew members suffer from burns and frostbite. The report claims the incident remained well within the scope, but the crew members have started whispering that our vessel is haunted. Assurance that only machine spirit tempers are to blame. Whoop. Oh. I forgot that I have this, there's more to this. I haven't done any of the extra areas in my ship yet. Oh, there it goes. Oh boy. Yeah. Sourback, how could you let this happen? An assassination attempt upon the rogue trader in his own chambers, right under the noses of your own forces. An unforgivable error. I accept full responsibility and ask for due punishment. I want an explanation, not a vain self-chastisement. Put that weapon away and report. Understood, Lord Captain. Reporting. All adjacent decks have been isolated. We've begun our search. The substance has been analyzed, given to be blood containing traces of major mutations. While it poses no risk to your lordship, the very presence of genetic aberration on board is a serious threat to the safety of the ship. Once word gets out, many of them will surely be seen as a brazen challenge to your status. What genetic aberration? Heresy of mutation. Mutants are vicious beasts who sow only ruin and death. The void of all humanity. Numerous accounts speak of entire colonies falling prey to bloody uprisings. You don't say. I wonder why somebody we don't consider human, exterminated by thousands, would think to revolt. What a crazy mystery. Last, Imperium's enemies are not limited only to those outside its borders. Mutants can become a considerable threat, especially when given the chance to organize. Heretics have revealed themselves and eager to fight. Then fight we shall. Let the vessel be purged of their filth. Could this have been an assassination attempt? They would have filled the bath with acid or poison. Instead, there are easier ways to kill somebody than drowning them in blood, foul as blood may be. I beg to differ. Were something of this happened to me, my heart would surely stop. This incident has cast a shadow on our honor. We only ask for one thing: chance to absolve ourselves of our guilt. Let me to head the officer's deck at once so that I may lead the investigation personally. It was your intervention that resulted in a matter of my own rigidity. I had only succeeded in making it worse. With all due respect, perhaps she would benefit from your fresh perspective. Do you think so little mean that you would rob me of a chance to defend my honor? Either investigate it myself or preside over the investigation. I guess we'll preside over it. Arrange for an area befitting your status to be prepared on the officer's deck. I guess we can do that now, I suppose. Nope. So what do we got? Touched by holiness. I lose, so gain some complacency. Blocks railway. Blocks cemetery of the faithful. Explorators. Kills a target with a melee attack. All enemies suffer willpower. Drusians. Flagship gains evasion. Good timing. Blocks bonfires of righteous. Touched by holiness. What are these? Bonfires of righteous. Tidings. Bonfires of righteousness. Which one of these would I want? Well, I guess I don't have anything. This one I would need mechanism. Complacency. Profit factor. Drusians. Get a contract. So we give me explorator, sufficiency and complacency. This gives me just complacency for everybody, and then up for Drusians. Oh wow, haven't seen one of you guys in a while. Bye. Haven't seen an ad bot. I haven't seen an ad bot in a while. I guess we'll just up the complacency, that's fine. Start. That's still going. Alrighty. So, officer's deck. We'll do you. I don't think I'll need persuasion, athletics, and that. I don't think I'll need Lord Xenos. I won't need demolition or anything, because I'm just presiding over. I have coercion. Don't think I'll need athletics, technically. Do this. Yeah. Because this is like a trial, essentially. And so you want people that have, but you can affect things as you go. I've done this before, so. His Lordship, the Rogue Trader, has seen fit to honor us with his presence in order to monitor the course of the investigation. You are expected to perform your duties immaculately and report your every step. Should any of your actions bring shame to the enforcers, you will answer to me personally. Lord Captain of the Enforcers, before you have been tasked with conducting the investigation. The first, Captain Klein, is a veteran with a record of quelled uprisings of mutant abominations in the colonies. Captain Ginevri is young, but she has already preempted several mutinies among the ship's rabble. Lastly, there's Captain Hortko. His interrogation skills deserve credit. He knows how to instill fear and respect firmly in the minds of riffraff. He knows unfortunately exchange a few astounded glances and throw shoulders back. Apparently, they are not used to standing so close as figures renowned as you. I cannot help but notice a look of awe. Is my presence going to distract you from your duties? On the contrary, your presence inspires us. Hope you do not take this as insolence, but I am a great admirer of yours. I've read fictionalized accounts of your deeds many times. According to my data repository, the term fictionalized is typically applied to texts whose knowledge dissemination potential is negative. Shireen, perhaps I travel with you and they'll write about me as well. I want a novel about the adventures of fearless Shehrai, who skillfully bestows a little kiss on an ashmag who stands in her way. So they write stories about me, do they? Cover sees a worn tome portrait of you on the cover. May I remind you of this. Leave your signature. Correct the inaccuracies in the tome. Sure. Half an hour later, you hand her tome back, which now contains the written between lines, accept it reverently. Then does that take care of pleasantries? Then let us return to the tent on Lord Captain's life. What are your findings thus far? We have discovered a worker's corpse, mutilated and desiccated. Sorry. We are still looking into the man's identity and position, but this surgeon's report. Oh, probably one of the Medicae. We'll check for genetic aberrations. Even taking into account the neighboring decks, considering hundreds of people, how do you plan to question them all? Our integrity techniques are broad and varied: beatings, mutilations. How are we doing this? Or to immediately cease these barbaric methods. Methods may be brutal, but their effectiveness has been proven over centuries of practice. But if you show their I have faith that my master is capable of finding other methods of seeking out the truth. Do you have any working theories? The mutants are plotting. They've been breeding like void rats, so they're getting cocky. They must have wanted to infect your lordship with their plague. It wasn't an attempt on the captain's life. It was a threat, planning revolt. So they're trying to terrorize us. Meanwhile, it's convinced that it was the work of Voidfear's surviving cultists. However, I believe this to be a warning rather than a threat. What we need is who was trying to warn us and of what. But I doubt it is that simple. Mr. Sauerbeck, grant me access to the investigative files. I have my own thoughts on what is going on here. What do you propose we investigate first? The body. Once we ascertain the dead man's identity, then let us begin. Oh, I didn't have Medicae. Shit. I should have Medicae. Impossible. His face has been smashed, but presumably he has died after the killer slit his throat. That's how they drained his blood. No external signs of mutation were found. We have nothing, Klein. This isn't a report, it's a declaration of competence. Study enforcers. Really? Come on. No external signs of mutation. Say, what about internal signs? See a flash of general horror before it. See a look before the eyes of veterans is the expression of someone relieving painful memories. They cannot hope to overcome such trauma. They would need help or a partner. I have heard that Medicaid officers often perform autopsies in pairs. One cuts. You should get a partner, Clyde. Alright, for this too. However, lordship rule is reasonable. Did you have someone speak? Ginevra would be an excellent. Ginevra would be an excellent choice. Come on, Clyde. Better teach the Green Hordes how to carve up mutants. I'll grab us a pair of respirators to make sure that we don't catch anything. I've examined the filth inside and out. Its innards are a genetic nightmare. It's a bad corruption. Extra organ scales, atrophied ingrown limbs. But that's not what's important. The body was disfigured posthumously. They killed the mutant with surgical precision before opening his throat and draining his blood. It wasn't until after the actual murder that they crushed his head and tried to cover up his wounds. The wounds were so brutal I almost missed his work tattoo. The victim was a pipe warden. I found this in his throat. Bloodstained raven feather. Certain legend springs to your mind. One involving Saint Corine, who was granted a portent of enemies hiding among the faithful. When Corine prayed to the Emperor for a sign, a raven feather burst out of her mouth to inscribe the names of the concerned army. Someone versed in the symbology could have left such a message. What purpose was the corpse mutilated? Someone wanted to hide the cause of death. What if it wasn't why they would leave the body out in the open instead of disposing it? It is imperative we find whoever mutilated the body. One cannot disfigure a body like that and stay clean. Look for bloodstained bloodstained garment, rags, or the like. Remember Saint Corine. Could this be a sign? Not make allusions to saying this was someone versed in the creed. What tattoo? What do pipe wardens have to do with anything? The pipe wardens are a worker clan that services the ships, sewer systems. Tattoo indicates the worker status and personal number. This one was pipe warden. Which it gives you a glass of ammo for your good work. You look like you need it. Let's say to savor the. What is our next step? We could run the victim's identification through the master work log cogitator. Be able to narrow it down. This is your arena. Allow me to introduce the esteemed tech priest. She believes she has the right to obstruct the investigation or use to grant the forces access to the master cogitator. I request the lay woman's willful activities be halted. She attempts to torment the machine spirit. The venerable spirit is ill and is in no disposition to endure such abuse. What's the problem with the machine spirit? The spirit is old and quick to anger, therefore calls for a sensitive approach, not a torturous intrusion by a brutish lay woman. Since the start of this watch, the spirit has been unwell, so we have been trying to soothe its woes. When I'm old and cantankerous, I'll demand aromatic onions and a hookah to fumigate my sacred lungs. Then again, why wait? This is prescribe. Let no profane hand touch the sacred machine. Stricken. Let the machine be shielded from all worldly troubles by veil of rightness litany. Pascal, how profane would you say your hands are? Profane of this as well is null. Shocking arrogance. If I count up how many pieces of Xenotech and Archotech has managed to compensate, I wonder if its profanity will increase or decrease. Right, the lay was tactical, and I will sanction the disturbance. That's why we bring Pascal. Sacred Spear was affected by a layperson. That is the culprit you should be searching for, not some pipe-worn sacrilege. Registering a Category 3 act of sacrilege resulting in Category Epsilon Quadro transgressive scenario. Requesting the inclusion of the offender in the registry of wanted entities for the purpose of expiative disposal. The cogitator's malfunction began after an unauthorized attempt to access it was made. Someone deliberately angered the machine spirit. Thankfully, the steam tech was able to appease the spirit and extract the information we needed. Nickname was Ordo. On the day he died, he was servicing Valve 27B, which supplies water to Perpetrator's bath chamber. He also had a partner who has yet to appear for duty since we have a suspect. Did the murderer get to the cogitator too? Impossible, since the start of the watch, this area has been used as a center of operations. Who is the partner? Senior Pipe Warden Gwyn, an 8th generation Pipe Warden. How do you suppose we find our new suspects? There was a man named Gwyn among the rabble waiting to be interrogated. He immediately struck me. Please allow me to question the man in your presence. Bring him in now. The gaunt man wore clothes. His face is swollen from bruises. Miserable wretch, you tried to kill him, didn't you? What is this heretic brand's cultist scum? Yes, it was me. I killed my partner in wicked ritual. Theatrical laughter. We have ourselves a model cultist here. There is a ritual, a curse, and a plot. He even consorted with them demons. How kind of him to confess all of that immediately. Trying to paint them over with fake grayish hues, but his abject terror carries with much black and gray. What does he hope to accomplish with this? I have insisted time and again that the decided intent was carried out by one of Vorkvir's surviving, and I was right. Assess the enforcer's reaction to the confession. Aura looks proud and self-important, is biting her nails as if hesitant to say anything. Sauerbeck is observing the worker in silence, apparently sunk deep in thought. Meanwhile, Klein merely stands still with a distressful grimace on his face. Other than Horko, no one here to believe that you are looking at the real culprit. Why was he beaten? I ordered the beatings to be stopped. Interrogated before your order. Does the Master at Arms not find it strange that the suspect is so eager to paint himself as a heretic and is... So it seems like Klein was too quick to blame the mutants. We were dealing with demon worshippers. What have you done? You have... I agree, Lord Captain. I want the truth. Who are you? Who told you to give us this pathetic confession? The man blanches, starts bawling. Gives up his sentence to 3 asterisks. Forgive me, your lordship. I am not Guidon. I am not a heretic. Yart's my name. I'm a laundryman. Please have mercy. They took my family. That enforcer said she'd throw me out the airlock if I don't confess. She'd made me draw these unholy marks on myself. What enforcer? Name. Give me her name. Ginevri. Her name was Ginevri. What? I swear that I have not. We will deal with her later. I will handle a search for Guidon myself, Lord Captain. Would you have us execute this demon worshipper? Hold on. He has lied to us more than once. Maybe still lying to us. Still, gentlemen, do you have anything to say? I've never threatened his family. I certainly did not force him to lie. I barely even remember his face. I may have interrogated him beforehand, but it was someone else who put him up to this. And yet, he knows your name and pointed you out right away. Do you find that? And do you not find it funny that your head is always up your arse, Hortko? It's obvious that someone framed her. Cease this bickering. What we have here is a liar, and a well-coached one at that. He will never confess on his own. What do you such we do? I'll take a book of Psalms and read to him until he confesses. You need to apply a little bit more torture. Bandage him to give him food. Talk to him gently and with kindness. I refuse to believe there's not a single person who saw him being manhandled. Find those witnesses. We'll do icon class because that's what I'm doing right now. This person may have been fake, but it's only time before we find the real culprit. Name and identification numbers. We know which clan they are from. We will keep pressing the river until the culprit confesses or someone turns them in. Please enjoy your meal in the interim. Captain, the real Pipe Warden has been found, is being escorted here as we speak. Are there any remaining questions you wish to address? You can start by reporting on the results of additional investigative efforts. Help the force to locate the evidence. In fact, we found a bloody synth coat in one of the vents, a standard issue included in every enforcer outfit on the ship. We found witnesses to the battery of our false computer. According to them, enforcer in helmet came to New York, spoke to him, and when beating so thoroughly, the ring came off their finger. Alas, said ring could not be recovered. Someone attempted to mislead our investigation. We cannot let this go without consequences. What were the facts? The body of the deceased was mutilated after death. It was likely that the nature of the injuries would have proven very useful in investigation and that the perpetrator concealed them for that very reason. Someone sabotaged the work log cogitator. Instead of murdering the man's partner, we were given a fool, one who thoroughly incriminated himself before admitting that had put him up to it. Who was guarding the body? I relieved her when I came to inspect the corpse, which by then had already been cut up. It was already looking like that when it came under my purview. But I could not get the name of the officer who discovered it. The deck was such a mess that I decided I would deal with it later. The blade since was discovered not from I would ask the enforcers in this room to present their coats. All enforcers show their coats except Horko. He shrugs completely unengaged. I do not wear it. An enforcer must be able to withstand the cold and treat their synth coats as a sign of weakness. Behind the armor of effective indifference, his thoughts ooze grimy hues, like blood mixed with umber. It looks vile. We had access to the work log cogitator. You were there the entire time? Yes, ma'am. Since the start of the watch, I went there right after I handed the body over to Klein. The only time I stepped away was to retrieve data slate from my quarters. I left a watchman, but he went missing. Most likely one of the officers did not realize he was on duty, sent him off on some errand, but I was only gone for a few minutes. Very convenient. I'm missing sentry. Data slate misplaced. I don't understand how I could have forgotten it. I always check my gear when I go on duty. Suspect Yarn claims that you coerced him to lying about himself. What do you have to say for yourself? I may have conducted his preliminary interrogation like so many others. I have never threatened his family. I barely remember his face. Because I can handle a single interrogation. Witness being knocked around by enforcement wearing a ring. Let me see your hands. Not one of them is wearing a ring. However, you do find a small mark on Horko's little finger as you've been wearing some sort of bond for a long time. Are you no longer wearing your family ring, Horko? Not on duty and certainly not in a compartment full of detained rabble. Horko, this is all you're doing, is it not? Draws her autopist and points at Horko, who appears entirely unperturbed. Is it not obvious? To expose the conspiracy myself and to prove your competence to his lordship. To take the place I actually reserved for years, I told for the good of the dynasty, but when the former Master at Arms was killed, I was refused my promotion. Instead, they gave the position to you, a self-serving sourback nit. When this crime occurred, I realized it was my chance to show what I was worth. While you were busy dallying, I quickly learned the name of the suspect, diverted the course of the investigation, an easy enough task, and began looking for the real Gweden. Had I found him in time, your position would have already been mine, Jocasta. Simply listen to yourself and you will understand why they made me Master at Arms. Lord Captain, I request permission to dispose of this refuse personally. Were you really hoping you could deceive Master at Arms and me? I had every chance, but you were shrewder than I expected. My little trick with the body did work. You still don't know who was behind it. Not behind it all, but I have already figured it out. I hid Gweden from you by damaging the cogitator and delivering you a fake, an idiot willing to discriminate himself out of fear. You prepared a contingency plan in case he cracks. Yes, there were a couple slip-ups, but you must admit it was a solid attempt overall. Why were you trying to frame Ginevra? A backup plan. You always need someone to blame if you make a mistake. I could have framed Klein, but the young upstart was already galloping through the ranks too fast and was clearly aiming for my station. Besides, she and her thick-witted subordinates were always right where I wanted them to be. You do not seem to fear punishment. With all due respect, I'm an enforcer. I have looked death in the eye. Looks at. Triumph. What is this? Shield strength and evasion are increased by plus 5%. Has increased the diligence of both officers and those who have been trusted to survive the crews and engines and shields now work their hardest. Hell, I might do that just so I can get that. That seems good. Sure. Piece of shit. Just beats them to death. Raise them all again, delivers another blow, stretch out the pleasure. Okay. Now let's proceed interrogating the Pipe Warden. Senior Pipe Warden Guidan, honored to serve, Lord Captain. I'm ready to confess to everything. You are the real Pipe Warden, are you not? I am, and I'm proud of it, Lord Captain. A Pipe Warden craft is hard work, but necessary. My number is... I work partner with the late Orto. I oversee the water supply. I verified his identity myself. It is all confirmed by other workers. Why did you fill my bath with blood? I did as the servant of death commanded. She said the Emperor gave the first spinner a sign. Your Lordship should bathe in blood of poor Orto, my partner, and I was scared, so I obeyed. Talk about the Vizier? Yes, that's him. He leads the death cults. Spinners hunt down heretics. Their service is serious, fervent, and bloody. Did you kill your mutant partner? I didn't kill him, and I didn't know he was a mutant, or no, and I always got along. But then a servant of death came from the darkness, ended him quickly but harshly. She bled him dry and put a black feather in his throat. She told me to pump blood into the pipes, and then she left. I wanted to confess, but I was afraid she'd comfort me too if I did. You knew me by the servant of death, a holy slayer that came from the shadows. You've already met this. Yeah. Someone I wish to hear his explanation. If I may ask, what happens to me now? I never meant to anger you. I thought I was doing the Emperor willed it, but here we are. I'm a simple man. I know pipes, and I know them a lot better than all this people business. My eyes aren't what they used to be, but I can still smell rust in the metal, though not so much in people's thoughts. You act as a true servant of the Emperor would. I will have you provided with the best ocular implant for your work. Willed me to see me, and so I have come. I have summoned you to discuss the actions of your apprentices. Let their deeds be weighed. Savage the blood orchestrated an attack on his lordship by means of pouring unholy blood into his bath. You know the truth, so it was done, for so I did will. It was no affront, but a prophecy. From my hands to divine, unsullied martyrs offered their souls and bodies into his imperishable embrace. I gazed into the red rivers of their smoldering lives, and I did see a roiling unclean staining the bays, reaching to the anointed Lord of the Ark. In my apprentice's last sighs, I heard the Undying One's whisper. He bid me bathe the domain in the blood of he who must go, and they who have been righteous, for this will shield the domain and strengthen his body against the roiling unclean. I obeyed. The man you killed, who was he? I know not. I heard only the name, and I knew he must go. Yes, we need no more knowledge than that. You claim that you did it because the God Emperor willed it so. I speak, move, and draw breath because he wills so. What do you mean by roiling unclean? He did not reveal, but it is corruption itself. It offends him. It tastes sweet as fetid waters. Could your visions have been false? I held the cards of his tarot washed in the blood of the righteous. Are you convinced that we found the culprits? The situation is clear. The Emperor has sent us a portent. The protector of mankind guides the hands of his holy servants. That is how regularly you kneel before an altar. I advise you to take this warning seriously. If I am correct in my suspicion about what is transpiring here, and I pray the throne I am not, then you can indeed consider this incident a sign the Emperor is watching over you and this ship. Why so cryptic, Heinrichs? My theories are classified information of the Inquisition that cannot divulge without good reason. If evidence comes to light that confirms my fears, I will disclose everything necessary. Could it be a coincidence that the victim of the ritual was a genetic aberration? The cult will face no persecution for their deed. We are seized in your hands, giver of life. Whether you keep us or scatter us, we will remain grateful. If at a dead end, we hope to expose the culprits who led us to this aberration's lair. Find the mutants breeding on my ship. Demanding much continue, but no spinner or brave warrior from the dome can find the roots of the killing, for it can appear as human and act as human. Only its thoughts betray it. Only its thoughts are never human. It's unclean thoughts we need to find. Very well, let Wise find them. He knows how, no matter how badly he wishes that the rest of us forget about it. Then Zachary is a fearsome hunter when he hunts the flagship walls. When he thinks, my teeth creak, and I can feel pain as if I'm young, but his powers is great indeed. He can hunt down our prey. How can the choir master be of use to us? Can perform the ritual of thought reading. This practice lets him do a cursory examination of the minds of 1,000 people. The ritual is as rare as it is dangerous, and only someone as versed as Master Weiss can accomplish. Has he done something like this before? Once made use of his service to expose spies on board, who were apparently employed by Lord Inquisitor Calcazar. As far as I know, the Inquisitor's involvement in the matter was never proven. Clears his throat. Spreading dubious rumors is a precarious habit that you would do well to abstain from. What is it, Iceman? Are you worried we might take a peek inside your own dark thoughts? Well, don't be. We already know we can't trust you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems not everyone is eager to leave it to this matter to Master Weiss. Say that one least eager will be Master Weiss himself. At last time his effort caused some severe warp manifestations. I didn't see the ritual. Weiss kicked me out, but the echoes of it that reached the decks were enough to scare me shitless. My old Grox, and I mean the bad kind of, but his head is a mess. I say we think twice before we risk having whatever lives inside his head crawl out. Duty's done. I give you leave to wrap up the investigation on the officer's deck. My duty's done. When the threat is eliminated, I will brief the officer and fortress while you consult choir master. Okie dokie. Oh. Hey, level up. Cool. Oh boy. What to give you now? Protected ally ignores attacks of opportunity. Familiar's wounds are increased. Hits the apprehended enemy or an enemy adjacent to the protected ally gains +1 key characteristic. Maybe I get that. For until end of combat and stacked. Maybe I get that. Cohesion, dodge against overseer's attacks. I typically don't worry about it. The familiar gains. If protect is used on the overseer side, MP is doubled when moving to them. My fellowship bonus. Adjacent to each other, both of them reroll failed dodge attempts per attack. Whenever there hits the same target right after Cybermassive in battle mode standby hits it. Interesting. I think I was going to do, yeah, this one. Are you still my persuasion? J is 81. No, definitely not that. I think I want you persuasion for that though. Anything else in here? I guess strange vitality. The resistance chance attack against them gain critical hit chance affected reset. +1 additional damage for every 5 bonus of currently equipped castigating, infusing, or devastating. If claim the bounty kills it, bounty hunter's next attack this turn will always score a critical hit. I think I want that. same. Tech use, logic. Do, I guess, logic this time around. I already gave you backdraft, right? Yeah. Taking damage looks like, or at least always here. A low power save. Suffer an additional plus 12 direct damage every time they suffer mental damage. So blind and then explode it, basically. Do that. You are Lord Warp. Oh boy, what to get you now? I have no idea. Whenever familiar ability is used on an ally, that ally gains can save an ally. If that ally suffers lethal damage and forces it around the circle skull, that ally gains. Whenever it uses bring it down on ally, circle skull gains. First use of running combat cost. We'll do right a calibration, I think. Oh. War enemies. Oh, reduced. Let's see here. 15 or more. What else can I get here? Like, I don't know what's good for this. Like, you don't really have abilities I'm going to use. Like, not like, I guess I can use overcharge for free, but that's not really. 3 direct damage and gains 3 willpower. Don't know what to get you. Oh, each ally within a 3-cell radius around the familiar result. Actually, that's probably good. You are my athletics. +5 number percent bonus to critical damage. This bonus is kept. Probably want that. I think demolition for you. I think we also want to do we'll do this one next. Actually, I probably should get that one for him and then get adaptability and stuff. We'll get that next. Oh god, what do I get you? Who knows? Damager, sex damages, reprieve. If they didn't use a reckless abandon the previous round, by the start of their turn, select every room they are healed for. Ooh, we'll do that. Medicaid. Okay. Let's go talk to our astropath. Oh, hold on. Forgot you. So I didn't already did that. Yep, so that's helping me right now. Assassin deals direct damage to an enemy. That enemy suffers +1. So, so I want deadly calculations, so I start doing direct damage. Vulnerable times my perception 5% more damage from the, yeah, okay. So basically and then I want to, okay. I think I have the idea. So deadly calculation, imminent demise, Carmine Whisper. So you hit them first with this. Or in any case, but yeah, so the idea is, what is this? Agility divided by 2. Yeah, disarray. Whenever it deals direct damage, target must pass agility. Becomes slowed until end of turn. 3,000% chance to deal 5% more damage when hitting an opening. So like for me, it would be this would be 100% chance to deal 5% of target's maximum wounds more damage. So 5%, like, so if they have 100 health, I do an extra 5 points of damage. I mean, if I'm critting, that probably helps a lot. You're doing when an assassin attacks an enemy, that single attack reduces armor and dodge by 10% until the end of the assassin's turn. Interesting. But yeah, I think we want deadly calculation. Go with that. I don't think there's anything going to be happening right now, so we'll just keep this. That's fine.
They're staring at me with their bad eyes like I'm a leper. I'm just passing through, all right? So you lots can calm down.
Have I not been in here yet? Oh,
Your
maybe I haven't.
presence has flooded the astropath souls with myriad shades of horror. No, we should not tarry here.
Have I not been in here yet? Oh god. Alright, we'll run around.
My mind is focused.
My success is an irrefutable certainty. This explorator is blessed with
Get some XP.
multi-functionality.
Protect us. What is going on here? Taking pilot is ailing, your lordship. A gloom has come over the machine spirits. Some of them are not beside, but the machines are none too eager to heed their prayers. They think the sacred pilot could be better helped by examining its part, but who am I to question sacred knowledge? Currently, the tech trance of shared comprehension. Certain use not recommended. However, preliminary data has revealed several algorithmic faults that are in conflict with the sacred machine's process. Let's see if there's any way I can help.
The machine gun grants me insight. Locomotives are fully operational.
Calibrator.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Functioning cogitator.
Operation successful. This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
I think that's everything. Oh, this is part of chapter 1, that's why. Yeah, I forgot to go in here.
Executing
Oh well.
request.
Your lordship, the is working again. No disruptions. So, look at that. The venerable tech priest is so pious and wise. Recommend installing 2 incense burning units. Be provided with a list of minor recommendations.
Tread carefully, rogue trader.
Your Lordship, I have something for you. Thanks to your assistance in preparing the compiler, we have been able to interpret a most curious message. Contains a call sign. The agents of the renegade this be message from Void Computer. He is more likely the intended recipient. When was the signal sent? I cannot say that for certain. So for certainty, following the repair work, I went through text and identified decoding before the signal had lost its way. It could be a week old or years. What does the message say? Only a few words. The winds have ceased. It is done. This will be a call sign for special reports, but the rest is code we are unfamiliar with. We're to look for the truth, the Undine system. I will deal with the report. Right now, there's something else I want to discuss with you. Pity, I was hoping that the curious dispatch would distract you from the dangerous idea that you brought here, and I would not have to implore you to reconsider. Get out of my thoughts, Wise. This is your first and last warning. My apologies, Your Lordship. It was a force of habit. Me with the same orders once. Nothing good came of it. Please believe me. So you say you performed the ritual before? Many years ago. The Wrath of the Lord Inquisitor interest in her affairs adversely affected her, so she was expecting betrayal, and eventually her parent brought her to me. I performed the ritual, but the choir ceased to exist. What is the nature of the ritual? It takes the entire choir's power to invade such a prodigious number of minds, but weave their voice into a chord, and steered into the murky sea. We read tens of thousands of thoughts, the seed of corruption you are interested in. Why are you so worried about the ritual? Do you know the proverb about staring too long into the abyss? What are you asking for is tantamount to plunging the entire choir into the abyss. It will take a single careless thought, a single glance in the wrong direction for the way to be lost. If I agreed it would be impossible, I would need a second powerful telepath as a defender to shield my mind. The last time my best apprentice Adeline did that, she is no longer with us. She was exceptionally talented. Now I have only one psyker in the entire expanse who is her equal, but he's bound to the service of one of the governors and thus unavailable to us. How bad was it? Worse than you can imagine, Your Lordship. Lurking inside another mind for one of the astronauts to lose control of their own. Their consciousness were caught in a vortex of alien thoughts. How did you survive? Managed to send out a call for help and did my best to contain the phantoms. Was the only survivor out of the entire choir. Allowed me to spend a month in a secluded cell upon whose floors and walls I drew the most powerful protective hexagrams. I was crushed, I was broken, worst of all, I was afraid. I must never be afraid. How did you replenish the choir? I later bombarded the Adeptus admission room for months with requests provided with new attribute choir. In the end, new voices did fill the chapel. They were never told what happened. I see. We can find a psyker who will help perform the ritual. How about Adira? Absolutely not. She's a witch and abomination. She will only make the situation worse. You look at that. The Greater's scared of my little whispers. Stop shaking, will you, old man? I'm gonna protect you. And Heinrich is like he could help. He's a brilliant biomancer, but as far as I know, he's not particularly adept at telepathy or psychic protective rituals. Mention a powerful psyker employed by Windscale. Who is he? Master Harman is a seasoned telepath, but his lord would never part with such incredible. A sizable amount of money will be necessary to organize. Lose some profit factor. Do I just buy him? I'll have friends to set up his escape, send a message to whoever ought to know. I want to lose some profit factor. Sure. Okay. Wait for the psyker to arrive.
Looking for a hidden cache?
I don't think I've been in here.
I better myself through my service.
I did it.
Carry the Emperor's will as your torch.
Okay. Here to pray or have mundane matters brought you to me? What do you do on my ship? No vessel. Even a smaller sized ship that does not have a member they could, you're on board and trust all matters of faith to at least person. Life naturally is expected to have a confessor who comes from a line of his reverend servants. I am such one. I'm trusted with carrying of the Reliquary Chapel. Tell them about the dynastic crypt. Every Reliquary take care to maintain an appropriate place of repose on board their ship. It's a source of his power. Let's see. Room is where rogue traders and the most loyal servants are laid to rest. You might have to send Lady Theodora on a final journey. Did Theodora come here often? Always had due concern for maintenance and needs, and under her rule, faith occupied it. You are positively beaming with joy. A priest like you is a rare sight. Your observation, your appearance. The truth is that my clan and I experienced great hardship. I cannot explain how it is I'm standing here before you, except by his will. I'm a Material clan. When a child, when the malady struck our cabins, first would come the fever. After that, you can survive. I know that's already discussed. I could talk to you about the Reliquary Chapel for hours. Is this the only place of worship on the ship? Well, I know there are multiple sancta on every deck. This one has the holiest of places. I want those on the other decks to be able to partake in the service as well. Truly most generous and gracious gesture, your lordship. I will arrange for commoners who have distinguished themselves in their service to be allowed in here. Like that will fill them with fervor. Where does this collection of sacred relics come from? Every relic we have here was either arduously tracked down by your ancestors, captured in battle, or received as a gift. For our part, we keep the precious relics intact. I'd like to hear a appearance attendance from you. Every man and woman has their place. Beware of witches, for they have been stained by the war. The Imperium Creed prescribes being wary of witches, but the Imperium needs them. You're right. Without the astropaths, we are deaf and blind. Let's to persecute mutants, but an exception was made for navigators. Different from most humans, but their difference are a blessing. That has a higher purpose that pleases the Emperor. Among the Dos Mechanicus emperors known as Omnissiah, they have their own. Do they truly share our beliefs? Well, certainly different likeness of the Emperor and ways of worshiping. For the purpose of optimizing the present exchange, I suggest regarding the statement as true. That will suffice for now. Okay. I guess
I'll take it from here.
5. I have no idea what this will do. Let's find out. Okay. Okay. Down up. Oh. Oh, to another compartment. To another. Okay, this is just entrance. Yeah. Oh. Oh, hold on. Wait, what? Initiate Zach. Hold on. People to talk to? Who are you? What is this relic next to you? Mystery object, but undeniably a holy one. It was donated by a group of pilgrims. They believe there was something inside that only someone truly righteous was meant to have. Moment or opening. A riddle. It would be most interesting to learn what's stored inside. I'd like to try opening. Do you have any ideas how to open the orb? One of your predecessors was the last attempt solving this relic mystery. It happened a long time ago. Leader was born. That's all I know. Why not just assemble it? What's it really here? Someone has already moved the hoops around, trying to arrange the letters. It'll take only a few more rotations for the orb to split cleanly into 4 parts, which each with its own question. The answer should presumably be formed using joining hoops. Form the question, the first quarter. My light reaches everywhere. The greedy will see me in gold. The scholars in humanity's cradle, but only the righteous will see me within their souls. The greedy will see me in gold. In humanity's cradle, but only the righteous will see me in their soul. My light, like Emperor? My thing would be greedy will see me in gold. Because, you know, he's cast in gold. Scholars in humanity's cradle. Strength will see me in gold. No, I don't see strength in gold. Quila might be, but doesn't. I don't think the humanity cradle one. So Emperor. Clicks aside. Form the question in orb's second quarter. I am within every human, and my loss is feared. For without me comes the end. But give me to the Emperor, and you will be eternal. But without me comes the end. Life. But give my life to the Emperor, and you will be eternal. We'll say life. Third quarter. I am poison, I am perdition, I am disgrace. Burn me down, eradicate me, or perish. Rejected by the Emperor. I am poison, I am perdition, I am disgrace. Burn me down, eradicate me, or perish rejected by the heretic. In your body, mind, and soul, you must possess me. I am no mere absence of stains. I bring you closer to him. This part speaks about purity. Oh, trying to read it. So it's not Emperor. Let's do Aquila. Second. Do life. Third quarter. Heretic. Purity. I think Emperor is correct. I am within every human. My loss is feared. Blood. Huh, I wonder what that is. I wonder if there's a way to find out. The greedy will see me in gold. Still think it's Emperor. My loss is feared. Give me to the Emperor and you will be eternal. I am poison. Disgrace. Burn me down, eradicate me, or perish. I think it would be heretic. I wonder if there's a way. So I wonder if there's a way to figure out what that is. Who are you and what do you do here? I'm Chloe's junior cleric. Tell me a world about the conventional. Our parishioners come here to repent, share their innermost thoughts and initiation. Is there a way to find out who made which confession? There is not. That would undermine the usefulness. I could be heretical. Good to make me give up the fine work. Other questions? Apparently you're having difficulties. Something as it happens, I'm struggling to categorize 3 rather peculiar confessions. I wouldn't have dared tell you about them, but I think they by senior officers, which would make this a matter of the highest order. The DC are far from being examples of pious conformity. I dread their very thought of dissent or heresy poisoning the minds of some of the most eminent members of the crew, but I cannot change what I heard. Whereas anointed, nor can I allow anyone with lordship to listen to these. These confessions were made by senior officers. Well spoken, meaning they were used to addressing an audience. Perhaps they issue orders. Alright, let me hear them. Pious doubt. One question is choke. Why are some destined to perish in the war while others must go on living and preserve the memory of the dead? Worthy and more luminous souls have been lost, and yet I am still here. Speaker's male. The orphans on the ship have already been provided with bare essentials, but every so often I consider increasing their rations and ordering more sets of clothes for them. That will not replace the families, but it will improve their lives somewhat, especially given that the ship has enough resources to cover that comparably trivial expense. Male. Oh my god. Lop-eared display a high degree of socialization. These animals adjust well to avoid gravity since it's similar to the worst conditions. Lop-eared kleppa meat is edible should necessarily demand it. Never what I meant. Rank sorting problem. So what is this? Senior officers would be a good starting point for investigating who left these messages. Oh my god. There's more stuff to do in this goddamn ship? Oh my lord.
Calculating optimal route.
Oh my god. Time's at 9 o'clock. Dude, I haven't done anything. I've done what, 1 fight? Jesus. So much clicking. I guess then we talk to Sourback, huh? The lop-eared kleppa is the confession. It was tests and you passed. Actually, I didn't know what you think about the other officers.
Lord Captain. Lord.
Let's see if you have anything. Oh god, I haven't talked to you at all. Yeah, sometimes I check on them, are a little. They don't have it easy. Why are some destined to perish in the war while it must go on living? Oh my god. Oh my god. The only thing is, like, I don't want to go through all of these. So I'm gonna go through these quickly and then just kind of skim through, and then if you guys want to, you can pause and look at them later.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And I wish to apologize for my prior coldness. After our first meeting, I was concerned that you would turn out to be another faithless offshoot of the von Valancius dynasty, like the traitor Conrad. But now...
I will do more of that later. Who are you? Do. It was fault checking the box of ICEs in the ship's reliquary message recordings works, but deletion does not. Help me establish that. Thank you. Wait, why lopped-eared Cleppa specifically? At the time, I had nothing to repent of, so I dictated an excerpt from an old letter to my mother, where it contained arguments in favor of the ship. I see. It's a little right. Your confession perplexed the initiative. Find a way to delete it, and we shall. Like discuss other matters. Interesting, maybe no. Okay. So that was the female voice.
To what do I owe this visit?
I don't quite understand. Why are some distant person? Imagine future. Old future. I will not pry into how your Lord found out about my confession. Suppose it raises some questions for you. I'm willing to allocate extra resources to provide for the orphans. In specific instruction. Nothing extravagant, no spoiling the children. Only spend thrones on things that will keep them healthy: food, warm clothes, and training. I trust you with this matter. Spend as much as you deem necessary. Okay. And so there's one more. What was the other one? Was a male though, right? Cogitator. We did Vigdis. We did High Factorum. Oh, you know what? We haven't checked him actually. You know, diet. You know, I'm supposed to offer my sympathies. Odd choice of person to come to something like that. It's definitely not you. Wasn't that? High Factorum was a Vox Master. So who do I? Those officers. Wasn't. Maybe Pascal.
The Messiah knows all. Comprehend.
Strange mission had been appearing in the ship's log.
This statement is true. Algorithmic violations have been recorded as
First two voices seem to be one lamented about the fate who died in the war, while the other was concerned about the well-being of orphans. So yeah, did the orphans and the woman. So another male. Would it be somebody? Could it be somebody on actually a different thing? That'd be weird. Let's go back to him real quick. Oh my god, so much extra stuff. Void Ship Shrine. I'll do this.
If it pleases you, Sherry.
I wonder how we learn about that thing.
Light of terror, guide our way.
Senior officers, but Who could be the other senior officer? Okay, we'll figure it out next time. Spent so much time doing absolutely nothing. Let's so we got Kyler, yeah, okay. This, we'll figure that out later. Okay, got all this. Okay, so let's go exploring some more. Chart new routes. Visit. Upon a plundering remnants, ancient imperial vessel, an intricate component. Okay, something we have to find more of. Some Prometheum. Two plasteel is not worth. That's still going. That's still going. Okay. Hot bev. Dumped cargo. We're jumping over to you. The navigator successfully guided the ship out of the... But instead of going to her chamber, she's headed to yours. Oh, oh goody. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I meant to inform you that our journey through the world went well. I perceived the light conducting themselves adequately. My instructions during the jump helped them find their focus. Thank you for your report, but I already noticed for myself that the ship was intact, unless, of course, the last few hours of my life have been a cunning trick of the warp. Well, reason. Yet you are aware of yourself, our conversation, all is happening around you, which means... I believe that was merely a jest. I do apologize. I am not particularly acquainted with conversations of this sort. So you have many compelling works of art here, but precious few paintings. I, for one, do enjoy passing a little spare time. And I created... I, of course, do need a exquisite finder. Might I hope that your painting will soon adorn these walls? I must admit, I'm nothing more than an amateur. You will have to forgive me. Like I do not think chambers need a method while I paint merely for my own pleasure. I meant to tell you that I'm quite well read and that my knowledge is not limited to never versed in many other scholarly fields such as centenary history. Navigators are taught to familiarize themselves with the warp. The lock of her hair, yeah. Do I be forward? Apologize, must be distracting you. Please permanently leave you. Usually picks up the clothes and takes her leave. In that case, I think we can actually do this. I think if you, I'm pretty sure you don't want to be too forward with her, so. Relax and close your eyes. We'll do icon class. Just see someone from my retinue. I want her to paint my portrait. Oh boy. Perhaps you're right, maybe this is not such a good idea. Never mind. I guess we need to let the get our I guess romance higher. Okay. I already visited, right? Oh no, I haven't visited this yet. Chart new routes. We got a fight there. We'll get 6 plus steel, sure. Ooh, a better gun. Nice, I will take. So let's see. Which one's the 14? Okay, so this, so because this is 3, so this is, because this one's 4 of 14, so 4 times 14, so what is that? That is 56, and this does 66. So yeah, okay. I'll add that to cargo. Make sure we are where we want for this. 81, yep. 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 Or, yep, and Master of Ethics, yep. Okay. That's good. Get the provisions. Scar running deep 1, 2. Okay. All right, let's go see. The vessels bear no identification, but the landing crafts forming the station below makes the situation clear. Pirates have seized the Imperial outpost. The augurs detect the pirate ship is warming up its engines, quickly reloading its cannons, preparing for battle attempt. Oh, nope. I wanted to attack. My bad. Because I wanted to act first. Okay. Oh, well, they're all Viper, 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 and Cobra class. Okay, well. down. Don't think those can hit me from that far. I'm worried about, the problem is I'm worried about the torpedoes. Here, we're just gonna run for a bit. Let them get closer. Oh, really? They didn't move at all, huh? Okay. Move that up, that's fine. Spin you. Shield at the moment. Who am I going to probably kill? I'm probably going to kill that one. So, let's. You know what? We're gonna do this. It's gonna hurt me a little bit, so that's why I put the shield over on that side. And we'll move up to here. Those won't be able to get to me. Move you extra, hit you. Bam. Oh, you didn't die, really? That's annoying. Well, then we'll just do this. And that's the end of that. There we go. Hey, leveled up. Now upgrade. Let's go ahead and do, I know shield posts is actually quite good, and we'll also get shallow jump. Either that or new heading, one of the two. Let's do shallow jump. Okay. Oh, this is actually a thing. Hold on. We have 5. I forget what this is. Sure. Demolition. Pretty much everything else. And then that. Oh, I don't have athletics. Should be fine. Oh, it's this one. I think we'll leave it there just because this is a pretty big fight. So basically it's a bunch of pirates that we fight. Big group of people. Is this the group and this is not the group I would want for this fight. So here we'll exit out. We'll actually grab the group that would like to do for this fight. So could do Eurolet. Pascal. I think I actually wanted Dira, I think. Yeah. Dira, because we're gonna catching from long range for the most part. And then have someone for when they get up close. Yeah. I think that would probably work. Me and my girls. Yeah. Single target the big guys. Area of effects. Yeah, for the small stuff. Yeah. Okay. And that, well, what time is it? 9:43. Yeah, we'll call it a day there. We'll finish this fight.
Watch your steps.
We'll do this fight. We'll do this fight next time. Ooh, I don't have the athletics. Maybe I take Abelard instead of Cabela. Here, we'll do that. So that way I don't have to worry about that stupid athletics check. Yeah, that'll be fine. You'll be my tank in front, essentially.
An expected result.
Give that to you. Give you that one. Yeah, you have that. That's fine. Do you have better? I guess this, even though I don't really use exposed weakness with you. For every kill, critical hit chance. Okay. I think that should be good. And you have your stuff. Yeah, my hammer and stuff is better. The combat shotgun. Could give you the melt-a-gun. Sure, we'll give you the melt-a-gun. Do.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Alright, like I said, we'll do this fight next time. Alrighty. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I know it's not the normal game I play, but like I said, my hand is still healing. What I might do tomorrow is I know I can actually play on pad games. I might do, like, what's it? There's that like Absolem game. I might do maybe some other game other than Rogue Trader just to get myself playing something else. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. Thanks for sticking with me, Rabbit. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you all tomorrow. I will be doing Dawn's Arcade on Friday, though. I'm pretty sure I will. But yeah, thank you all so much. I'll catch you all later. You all have a good night. Where is my thing? Ha.